Ira Epstein's Morning Flash Update for this Friday, and we're now at the 26th of April, 2024, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. So we started off a bit higher than this in the markets, and they've since been easing on back down. Bonds and notes getting a little bit of a bump. I'll go into this in a minute with the PCE numbers. Grain markets down a fraction. Oil getting a bid, and the chart action is again turning bullish. So interesting. If you can close up today, it's going to look pretty good on the charts. Key resistance, as I'm seeing it in the gold, 2360 level. Around the 28 level will be the resistance in the copper. In the silver. The copper market, on the other hand, into the 460s. I wouldn't be surprised that, over time we start talking, can we get to a 5 number in that market? But it's getting a little crowded up here, so you got to be careful. The BHP Hilton bid for Anglo-American was turned down by Anglo-American. That was a given. Remember, it's an unsolicited bid for $39 billion to take them. But they'll come after them again and see what the number that makes sense is, and it'll either be too expensive or something to be done. Dollar. It went down this week to the 18-day average of closes, thereabouts, and it's finding its support, and the euro rallied to the 18-day average to find its resistance. So we've had the correction in the market. I'm not convinced this trade is anywhere near over. I like the long dollar, short the euro over time. Now, let's go to the day's data, because that's obviously what everything is about. So we got the PCE. Now, let's review it. Personal income was up 0.5%, right with expected, and there were no revisions that I saw from last month. Personal consumption spending month over month up 0.5%. They expected it at 0.7. So while it's up, not running away, and that's good, and down a little bit overall, if anything. The PCE index month over month up 0.3, right with the expectations. This is where it starts getting a little sticky. The price index went up 0.2. They expected it up to 2.5, and that's higher than the expected number, as you could see. The prior was 2.5, the expectation was 2.6. And then we get to the core numbers. Up 0.3. They looked for it right there. But this part, the March core PCE year over year, that was a little bit higher at 2.8, matched last month, and 0.1 better. Is it a huge report that drives markets one way or the other? No, but here's what it says. You've got that sticky inflation. It's not going away anytime right away. You saw this coming in the GDP, that inflation is starting to impact the overall growth of the economy, and this gives the Fed absolutely no reason to consider a rate cut for June, July. I'll stick with what I've been saying, and I'm right there. In the University of Michigan, final consumer sentiment indices, they'll come out today. And remember, the word is final. We've already had the prelim. And the Bank of Japan, they did nothing. They held their interest rates, and the traders plummeted. The yen went down 50 points right after that, because the bank seems to be happy with where you're at. Now, remember, they began talking for intervention at 152. What if I tell you just shy of 157 and still no action? So what the bank is actually doing is they're telling you, we're comfortable. We'll argue that we're not, but we're comfortable because the break that's happening means everything's going to be more inflationary that we import. That gets that inflation embedded that we want. And we'll see at what point we get nervous about, is it too much? That's how I think you have to interpret that and let it go at that. Now, when I talk to you about these markets, understand, and these indicators, if you're a client of TradingView, we have a suite of indicators, as you know, at the end of the day, when I put on my swing lines, my moving averages, everything that I do through here, you can get those. And you can get slow stochastics the way that I have them. You simply go to our website, iraepstein.com, and under Client Resources, you sign up for it there. We then turn it on. We'll send you emails and all. You log out of your trading view, you log back in, and bingo, you import them, and away you've got everything that I'm doing. Your charts will start looking just the way that ours do here. So that's something that you might like. Obviously, if you've taken any of my courses, you'll love it because it ties right in with it. And obviously, our own charting software does this at our company, but we do work with them, and it only takes up 2 of your slots. So how do you get this? You visit iraepstein.com, client resources, top right, sign up there. We'll take it the rest of the way and get hold of you. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great morning. I'll catch up with you all this weekend with our weekend edition as we look at the weekly charts and review what's happened and what we're looking for in the coming week. You take care.